The
interesting to see
Payne's reception, given only a fortnight ago. The boos that echoed around Suncorp Stadium. This is his first time back.
He did cop some grief during that win, 35-24 against the Gold Coast. Most of the team is fresh and ready for this one here tonight as the Raiders work it away from inside their own 20. Horsburgh in the starting side for Josh Papali'i, who will come off the bench, played just the 21 minutes in two shortish stints, very much in the second half, played just 5 minutes. Papali'i for Queensland. He should be fresh to go tonight against Brisbane as Tarpany has been one of the form forwards in the competition. Brings it back here to the halfway line. It's Elliott. Takes it towards Jensen. Underneath was TC Rabati. And they've got one more. Wolford from dummy half. Comes back to Fogarty. His third game since the return from the knee injury, which cost him the start of the season. Good catch there by Corey Oates. And the tall, lanky winger will play it here just inside the Broncos 20 as Farnworth takes play number 2.
Yeah, what a great start from the Canberra Raiders, going 100 metres on their first set. Spectacular take there from Corey Oates. He's in a three-way battle with Taulagi and Tabuai Fido for Xavier Coates' wing spot in the Queensland side. But great start from the Raiders, charging upfield. Payne Haas now over the 40-metre line.
Yes, there is a job going for the Maroons suddenly with that news that Xavier Coates will require a surgery for the ankle problem. Big chance tonight for Corey Oates in particular as Reynolds plays it here, 40 away, last tackle, comes back to Mam, will put it in the air. The kick will go down here to James Schiller, who earlier in the season got 3 games in the top grade before Semi Velame was able to come back and take over his place on the wing. Matt Timokor has been in good form.
Has been. Very powerful, very powerful. Xavier Savage now out of dummy half. He's been good too, only 2 starts at fullback, but averaging over 100 metres. He's picked up some nice tries too. The one last week against the Roosters, picking it up off his bootlaces. Spectacular. Cotric now going to work for the Raiders.
They'll play it here just inside the 40 as Wolford comes to Tarpany. Comes towards Billy Walters, who's made the 9 jersey his own. Jay Turpin on the outside looking in of this 17 as Whiten puts it in the air. It'll go down to Tamare Martin, who will bring it back, runs towards Whitehead and also Fogarty, who do well and carry him back towards the 10-metre line of the Broncos. A couple of minutes gone, no scorers yet. Now 3rd of 3 tonight on Super Saturday. It's Ezra Mam who will play the ball there from Jordan Pereira, making his first appearance with the Brisbane Broncos. Bronco Lee, of course, also in the side tonight. Game number 2 as a Bronco. As they work it up here towards the halfway line, they'll play it there through Mam as it comes across to Carrigan, who was outstanding off the bench on Wednesday night for the Maroons. Played massive minutes as well, 64 of them. And went for the best part of 170 metres. Billy Slater on debut as the coach of Queensland. Savage coming back to the middle here. They'll make the catch, the boy from Cairns. And he plays it just inside his own 20 as we go downstairs to James Hooper.
Evening, Warren. Evening, everybody. It's a brisk 14 degrees in Brisbane at present. Little bit of a light breeze favouring the Canberra Raiders, and the home fans, they're out in force. Their main man is back, Adam Reynolds, wearing the number 7 jumper. Can Brisbane make it 7 wins in a row?
What a run they have been on. The Raiders, of course, have won 4 of their last 5 also, so very much 2 informed teams coming together here tonight at Suncorp. It's Tarpany back to the halfway line.
He's in great form. Another great play the ball here, Tarpany.
Taking him to the turf, so Fogarty on the front foot gets a kick away down to Oates. Chest catch and will play it 25 short of the halfway line as Martin from dummy half comes to Farnworth. One of the informed centres in the competition as well is Herbie Farnworth. Now Haas doing what he does so well, dragging defenders with him. Quick play the ball off the back of it. Flat ball there for Reynolds. Mam into space. Rabati going with him. Finds Farnworth. Schiller does well. Coming in to shut things down. 30 out from the Raiders line. Comes to the middle through Carrigan. Goes to Martin. Here's a chance through Ricky. Shifts it on to Brenko Lee, ball out the back to Jordan Ricky. Runs towards Wolford, who does well downstairs with the help of Hudson Young. And the Broncos have one more play. Walters out of dummy half, chips in behind them. Good catch by Cotric to make sure it doesn't get into the in-goal area. And the Raiders will work it away from inside their own 10.
Yeah, no surprise there. Adam Reynolds going down his left-hand side. The Raiders' right-hand side has had its challenges this year. Without Jordan Rapiner there tonight, Adam Reynolds deep into the line. Beautiful play it was, linking with Ezra Mam. There was the kick at the end of the set of sixes. Wolford pinches some easy meters out of dummy half, but Reynolds looking dangerous already for Brisbane.
Adam Elliott fends away from the tackle there of Carrigan to keep going. Runs eventually to Ricky and also Walters. And they make him play it just short of the halfway line. Kick here from Fogarty. Tumbling end over end one. Go down to Martin. Makes a nice catch. Bring it back at speed. Finds Oates. Good tackle through the middle. Pushing up there in the chase line was Corey Horsburgh. Now Pereira. He's been a very damaging ball carrier from his own end. Jordan Pereira in his time.
He's doing this really well, Warren. Ezra Mam down this left-hand side, linking with TC Rabadi. They're looking dangerous.
On the front foot off that carry. Carrigan finds Reynolds. Whiten did well initially, but Reynolds able to get away from him. Ripped out there by Hudson Young. The referee has called knock on, and the Broncos looked as though they were going to challenge it, and with good reason.
Yeah, it looked like a strip from Hudson Young, and he shoves Adam Reynolds' head into the ground as well.
Broncos ruling decision to knock on, claiming it's a one-on-one steal.
And it's nice work from Billy Walters, who's just having none of it, getting up in the face of Hudson Young, who likes to agitate. He certainly strips the ball.
It's a one-on-one strip by Hudson Young. The ball goes backwards from Canberra and is regathered by Adam Reynolds.
And it's a great challenge.
Brisbane is successful.
There you go, Gal.
And you can just see there on that replay, Hudson Young just holding the head down of Adam Reynolds, and it's just lit a bit of a fuse here between these two sides.
So a good early challenge. Ricky still aggrieved that they didn't get that call go their way, but the replay showed it perfectly as Walters, early in the tackle count, finds Corey Jensen. Inside the Raiders 20, looking for the first points in this contest as Walters finds Haas. Comes back to Carrigan here, standing in the tackle there of Wolford. Horsburgh and Elliott combining to take him to ground eventually. Reynolds again on the right-hand side for Ricky. Whiten was there, so was Sebastian Chris downstairs. He's a very big body. Is Jack Whiten, where he's playing at the centres for New South Wales, or in the 5/8 role for Canberra. Now Haas. Shuffling run, not much doing there, but tell you what, Wolford needed some help, and with good reason. Walters, short side, Reynolds goes wide. Chance out there for Pereira, who cuts back towards the middle. Reynolds will try and kick, came off the legs there of Young. Walters has it, 6 more tackles for Brisbane. Played at was the call. Hudson Young was there again in the contact with Reynolds. Martin, Rabadi, good stop there by Fogarty.
Ezra Mam hit off the ball and has it moved in back plate.
6 again is the call. Farnworth trying to spin. We'll play it quickly. Rabadi comes back to Carrigan. Gives it off to Jensen here. Runs towards Fogarty. Big effort from underneath by Tarpany to stop him. Still plenty of tackles here from close range. Ezra Mam playing touch footy close to the line. A big step, and he scores for Brisbane.
Oh, yeah, enjoy this. Just bang off the left foot. Close to the line. He'd been knocked pretty hard on the previous couple of plays. Dragged himself off the ground, got himself down this left-hand short side where he's looked dangerous. Watch this. Whitehead off the line, just bang. Just leaves him clutching at thin air. What a step. Look at this. Whitehead coming off fractionally sideways, and he just cuts him in half. Ezra Mam. Oh, yeah, doesn't he enjoy it? And the Broncos in front early. What a remarkable turnaround it's been for Brisbane, and what confidence they are playing with. Ezra Mam, in his first night out at 5'8", outside Adam Reynolds, has looked brilliant early.
Look, he's only 19. And it's only game 3 in his NRL career, and we've gone off early in the past with young players, with good reason with some of them, because we've had some terrific young superstars come through who haven't panned out longer term in the NRL. But Ezra Mam he's a 5-tool threat. He has everything.
Yeah, they had a lot of possession then on the Raiders line. Ricky Stewart watching on closely. Yeah. And they did well, the Raiders, to defend it as Reynolds lines up his first kick of the night. But back on Ezra Mam. His first touch tonight as Reynolds adds the extras, extends it to 6. He ran the footy down that short side, didn't look for any flashy plays, just took on the line, got himself into the game physically. It's been great signs from Ezra Mam early. Look at this, bang, beautiful footwork.
That is tough to defend when you're a back rower coming up, and Elliot Whitehead didn't get a touch.
It was a great play the ball too. Fast play the ball, allowed him to attack with momentum. He is sharp, the young kid.
6-0 to the Broncos here against the Raiders. Reynolds back in the lineup tonight. Kevin Walters very happy about that, with the injury, of course, as we mentioned, to Tyson Gamble in particular, and Ezra Mam, the teenager.
Look, he's been good, Tyson Gamble, but there's every chance that if Mam can really step up in these next couple of weeks, and what we've seen early is positive signs, he may stay there. He may partner Adam Reynolds. I think he brings great balance. Reynolds that controlling, organising half, and Mam just that point of difference, the X factor. Carrigan charging now.
Well, Gamble has been good, quite obviously, for the Broncos in 2022. I think you're right, there's just that extra bit of spark about Ezra Mam, and Reynolds on the other side of the field. This one somehow won't find the sideline when it looked destined to. What a kick.
Oh, he's lost it.
By Reynolds. Did Savage lose it here? Yep. Yes, he did.
And this is what Adam Reynolds brings. You know, when everyone sits there and says he doesn't run the footy enough as a half, his game management and his understanding of when the foot's on the throttle to keep it down and just accelerate, driving it early in the tackle count, making Savage have to bring it out on his own up against big bodies, and they just twist him and force the error. Look at Reynolds down there to meet him as well. Yeah, the skipper's having a huge start. What an injection it's been for Adam Reynolds, coming back into this side after 2 weeks out, and the confidence that he brings to this Brisbane side.
What a signing it's been in 2022 for the Broncos. And here they are, Reynolds wrapping to the left-hand side, goes over the top, the old Harbour Bridge ball, and there is the commentator's curse.
I'm sorry, Adam.
He gets every wrap under the sun from Michael Ennis and then throws one into row 14.
Yeah, that wasn't his best. Probably his worst of the season, that one. Herbie just hanging that left arm out, trying to reel it in, but it sailed over the touchline. Cheap turnover there from Brisbane. He'll be disappointed with that, Reynolds.
Funny enough, it opened up, and if he plays short, it looked as though there was really something happening there for the Broncos. Instead, he went long, and we saw what happened from there. Oh, big relief for the Raiders, who will play it here. Tim O'Connor comes out now to Tarpany, who works it up towards the halfway line. Still going. Joe Tarpany. Eventually he hits the deck. He looked up and will get a result from the referee. He wanted one, and they say he was taken down beyond the call of held. So it's a set restart from Grant Atkins. Horsburgh playing it. Goes to Elliott. Grabbed there by Jordan Ricky, working hard for a marker. Chance for the Canberra Raiders to hit back. Whiten, Young, flat ball there for Chris. Maybe a bit more than flats, no call. Inside the red zone from Wilford. Goes to Elliott. Horsburgh now up the line to maybe link up with Fogarty or Tarpany. Instead, they'll play it here just outside the 10. Wolford for Tarpany. Runs towards Carrigan. Short ball there for Elliott. Good tackle by Ezra Mam. On the lock forward, Elliott slowly back to his feet here. Wolford tried to grab it, a ricochet. Carrigan picks it up, and he'll stay in the field of play.
Yeah, always tough to try and kick down a short corridor when there's so many bodies in front of you like that. Not sure that was the right option from Wolford. Carrigan did well to scoop it up. Brisbane hang on.
It is 6-0. Just on 13 minutes plus gone here at Suncorp Stadium as Jensen will work it forward. This front row spot his own. For the last month plus now for Kevin Walters. Reynolds, Martin goes across to Lee, who had such rotten luck off the back of the 2020 Premiership with the Melbourne Storm. in some game time here in 2022 after all manner of leg injuries through most of last season. Kick goes down to Schiller. Who will bring it back? Canberra have it in pretty decent field position here to begin this set. Timberclaw runs towards Farnworth. Good battle tonight between these two. They'll play it here as Fogarty finds Whitehead. And Cotric pushing up through the middle of the field there, but hangs on to it, the Englishman. At the 30, Wolford for Horsburgh. Whitehead was there. Front row will just take it to the line there and play it. Not a quick play the ball by any stretch. Wolford shows. Goes to Tarpany. Here is a chance for Whitehead this time off Tarpany. There's a ball player. Whitehead flopping, looking for a penalty. Last tackle. And Savage, who will kick for himself. It's still there. Eventually, though, cleaned up by Corey Oates, who did very well for Brisbane. It looked destined.
Gee, how did Oates come up with that? That looked a certain try. It was nice work from Savage down the short side. Beautiful touch off the inside of his right boot. Look at this. Scans, just dribbles it in behind, and Oates just lunging at full stretch, just reels the ball in.
Looked as though Savage or Tomoko were both going to end up with the ball, and he just smothered the ball there beautifully, Corey Oates. Try saver there. Plays it off the boot. Has to wait to pick it up, but give it off to Horsburgh as the Raiders come on the attack once again. Play it at the 30 to begin this set. Wolford comes across to Tarpany, who just works it forward this time. They thought of an offload with Payne Haas wrapping up the ball.
Just can't get him down, can they?
There's a giant, and he gets 6 more plays as well. Wolford for Fogarty this time, putting Haas under pressure, and also Jensen, who did well. Wolford, flat pass. Horsburgh trying to spin past Walters. He got a piece of him, and Carrigan was able to stop him a metre short. I'll come to the right-hand side. There's Tarpany again, getting an incredible number of touches early in the game here, and still fighting. That'll be 70 metres or thereabouts for Tarpany in the opening exchanges. Remarkable numbers. Wyden, short ball. Good hands by Young. Off Brenko Lee. Young came up with it. 6 more plays for Canberra. From Chris. Comes back through Fogarty. Goes to Elliott. Broncos under all sorts of pressure here. The defence is much improved in 2022. Now Horsburgh out the back for Fogarty. Showing it. Dancing himself. Can't get past Rabati. Haas was there, and so was Billy Walters. Midway through the set, short side, Savage. Farnworth came up very quickly, was able to hit and stick, and rides him to the ground. Good defence from Herbie Farnworth. Wolford going himself from dummy half. Nothing doing here. Looking for his first try in the NRL. Comes back to Fogarty. Will kick it across the face. Coming forward, Pereira was there, beaten by Cotric. Cotric it is, who comes up with the catch, and the Raiders do respond.
Yeah, some great work from the Broncos defending one-on-one. A couple of lovely short balls from the Raiders forwards. And Jack Whiten as well out on that left-hand side to Hudson Young. And they repelled them right until the end. The last tackle, a lovely kick over the top of Adam Reynolds from Fogarty. And it's Cotric who just comes around. Comes around the back there of Brenko Lee and Adam Reynolds and just snatches it out of the air, gets the footy down, gets through Jordan Ricky's attempt to try and hold him up. Pinpoint kick from Fogarty, who's had a couple of nice moments, and the Raiders on the back of a number of sets on the Broncos line, they hit back.
Well, we said at the beginning of the game there wasn't much between these two teams coming into this one, and given what we've seen so far, they've both taken a chance at either end. Reynolds, of course, pivotal, getting some field position for the Broncos early. Mam scoring, and now Cotric off the back of the kick by Jamal Fogarty.
Yeah, the first block of possession was really dominated by Brisbane. They were able to find the try for Mam, as you said, Warren, and then from that moment, it's been all Canberra. Big chunks of possession. Their forwards proving hard to handle. Some really nice interchange of pass through the middle from Tarpany and Horsburgh. Adam Elliott getting involved. Young proving a threat out on that left-hand side. And all of a sudden Cotric, who's finding his best now as Fogarty levels the contest. He's really starting to find his best again, Cotric.
Watch it again as we come back to Fogarty, who converted. He's kicked well since coming back into the competition. Back of that serious knee injury, Cotric, great hands there, James Hooper.
Nick Cotric scored the try, Warren, but it has been the enormous go forward from Joseph Tarpanay. 7 carries in the opening 27 minutes, 67 metres, and offload. He has been in everything, and don't underestimate the goal from young Zach Wolford out of dummy half either.
He's the fittest I've seen him, Joey Tarpanay. Finally, just realising just how good he is. His form at the back end of 2020 was incredible. And you know, over the last few weeks, he has been the best forward in the competition. He really has been. He's been outstanding.
Hard to imagine when you cast your mind back to the drama when he was out of the side for a period there. With his partner, of course, blowing up on social media. Seemed to be a real falling out with Ricky Stewart at one stage. Here he is. As we said, one of the form forwards in the competition.
Here he is again. Another 10 metres, and there's 4 of them there struggling to bring him down. They can't get him down, Warren.
Here's a Colossus. Plays it for Wolford here. Horsburgh with Whiten pushing up on his outside. Horsburgh likewise will stay on his feet until he's eventually tipped up there by Reynolds and also Jensen. Good metres here off the back of points for Canberra. Whiten with the kick. Martin will go backwards and just make the catch there. Brings it forward to be stopped by Chris and also Hudson Young midway through this opening half. Suncorp Stadium, Saturday night. Broncos up against the Raiders, both in great form. It feels like old times.
It's a ripping start. Both sides just playing with great confidence. Now you go back to the Brisbane side last year and the recent seasons, just how tough it's been for them. The Raiders to start the year, 5 straight losses. Looked like it was going to be an extremely tough year. Now all of a sudden key players in great form. And the opening 20 minutes of this game has been as good as any this year.
Walters back for Reynolds. Put it in the air. Wobbly old float. Oh, Savage has put it down. He wanted to take that one on the full and not risk it bouncing back towards the oncoming Broncos chasers. It's been a tough opening for the young fullback.
Yeah, swirling, moving, no doubt all week. Ricky Stewart would have shown him tape after tape of Adam Reynolds and these floating kicks that these great halfbacks in our competition are producing these days. That was an absolute pearler. Straight out of the belly of the ball. Floating in the breeze, swirling at Suncorp at the northern end, and the young kid it just got big on him. Unable to hang on to it, and all of a sudden now the Broncos, who have been on the back foot for 10 minutes, in great field position.
Stay there. Right.
Walters off the back of the scrum. Goes to Martin. Here's Lee. Sebastian Chris very quickly there. Play on is the call. No restart. Martin fires it past charging Jordan Ricky to find Carrigan instead. He heads towards the post. They'll slow things down here. And now Walters again. Back to the right end. Martin at first receiver. Lee up against Chris. Good fend. What a ball. Terrific work by Brinko Lee. And the combination with the other new boy in John Pereira puts the Broncos back in front.
Yeah, they've got some great depth, Brisbane, in their outside backs. Brinko Lee, grand final winner. He's liked his chances tonight up against Sebastian Chris. It's a number of times they've gone down there, got him some early ball one-on-one. And Chris has done a great job up until this. Great tackle there it was, Sebastian, earlier in the set, and then they go back down there again. Nice wide pass from Walters. Martin just getting early ball out there, and a great fend from Brinko Lee. Jordan Pereira, his first game for the Brisbane Broncos on debut for Brisbane, and outside Brinko Lee, beautiful fend, great work to draw in Cotric and Pereira. He's a very good player, Jordan Pereira. Great to see him back in first grade.
He was impressive for them in the pre-season as well. But when you've got Corey Oates on one wing and the prodigious talent of Selwyn Cobbo on the other, it's hard to get a game. But here he is tonight, taking his chance with Cobbo being rested. Katoni Staggs with that shoulder problem out of the team also. And Brinko Lee taking up his place on that right edge, and that was a big fend by Brenko Lee, the Premiership winner and Origin player himself from 2020.
Yeah, really good signs. Brenko Lee, great to see him back. He's got brilliant footwork, and he just showed his strength there with the fenders. Reynolds lines up his second of the night. Brisbane take a huge amount of confidence, finally getting an opportunity down there, and with their second opportunity, they score again, Brisbane.
A hamstring problem in recent times. Adam Reynolds looks to be pretty good tonight. Another 2 points. The Broncos 12, the Raiders 6, James Hooper.
He gets his opportunity, Jordan Pereira, tonight, Warren, because Selwyn Cobbo has been rested. Selwyn actually rocked up to the Brisbane Broncos captain's run earlier in the week, did the opening 10 minutes, and then Coach Kevy Walters said, mate, you know what? You've had a big week. You've won your Origin debut. Have a rest. Jordan Pereira gets his opportunity, puts the Brisbane Broncos in front.
Nicely finished. Experienced man. There is Selwyn Cobbo. He'll smile as he sees himself on the big screen here at Suncorp Stadium.
I mean, he's having a great
how good
time.
is life? Barely just turned 20 years of age, Cobbo, and playing Origin, setting up tries. A pivotal try in the closely fought contest between the Maroons and the Blues on Wednesday night. Broncos work it away through Carrigan up towards the halfway line, and speaking of the Maroons, picking up from where he left off Harcourt Stadium the other night. Walters, off the back of that carry, takes it 15 metres plus inside the Raiders 30. Chance here for Reynolds, put up an attacking kick once again. Here is Oates up against Schiller.
Oh,
good
beautiful.
catch by Oates, turns it back on the inside. Ezra Mam. It was Joseph Tarpany who got there to save a certain try.
Joseph Tarpany, what form he's in. That was a great catch from Corey Oates up above his head. They isolated Schiller. Looked a certain try as he lobbed it over the top of Fogarty inside to Mam. And there he is, Joseph Tarpany getting through a mountain of work with the footy and saving tries without it. Great play from the Raiders front row.
And now a shift. Put themselves into trouble at their own end. Chris trying to return serve here against Brenko Lee, who'll play it just outside the 40. Young taking it to the line. Elliott tries to get away from Walters. Comes back to Xavier Savage, who would love some broken field chances. What a flyer he is. Now Elliott, short side, Whiten, good hands. Chris coming in. Pereira read that beautifully. Came in quickly to leave his wing. So he's able to stop it. Double quick time. Now a kick by Whiten came off a Bronco.
Play the ball in here.
And it will be a changeover.
Yeah, I don't know if that was necessary, and he's shaking his head, and rightly so, Jordan Ricky. They've done very well to manage the left-hand side raids from Whiten.
It won't be a changeover. The call is it was played at, and
that's what I'm saying.
The Raiders will have it.
Yeah, Jordan Ricky stuck his leg out, and it'll be 6 to go. He knew he'd done the wrong thing. It was unnecessary, and now all of a sudden the Raiders, they swing momentum again.
Horsburgh standing. Comes back to Wolford. Tarpany is everywhere. Fends away there from Jensen. Eventually it's Ricky and also Carrigan who stop him at the 10. Wolford for Elliott. Comes out the back. Fogarty. Here's Savage. Plenty of jumpers there for the Broncos though. They numbered up nicely on this left-hand side. And the Raiders will have 3 more plays at this end. In fact, make it 4 as Fogarty finds Horsburgh. Elliott on the angle. Good tackle by Carrigan once again.
He's hurt himself there.
And shoulder problem just recently. Again, Wednesday night for New South Wales. See if that's the issue. Fogarty playing it. Wolford, short ball. Horsburgh spinning, reached out to plant it down. And the referee says he got to the line. What an effort by Corey Horsburgh to stay alive and reach out and put it down on top of the chalk. Yeah,
the Raiders front rower, he is glowing, the redhead. He is glowing at Suncorp. He just spins and twists. Nice short ball from Wolford, who's been a threat, gets through the tackle of his Queensland counterpart in Carrigan. And the strength of Corey Horsburgh close to the line, gets the footy down, gets the Raiders back level in a moment, and doesn't he enjoy it? Relishing in the opportunity to start over the last fortnight. Horsburgh back to his best.
He's a proud Queenslander, and he knows tonight against an informed Brisbane Broncos lineup featuring now plenty of rep players, a chance to impress and just remind everybody, Billy Slater rather foremost, of course, that hey, I'm around, and should there be an injury or two, don't forget about me.
Well, you go back only 18 months ago, 12 months ago, Kevin Walters was talking about Horsburgh playing Origin. He's had some lower leg injuries that have really challenged him, and at the moment he's back to full fitness. He looks tremendous, and here's Haas leaving the field.
Looks to be that right shoulder again, which is the issue. That might have ramifications for not only the Broncos but New South Wales ongoing. Walking back with some purpose to the dressing room, so I'm anticipating we'll see him again here tonight. But what a big moment for Corey Horsburgh. It's 12 apiece, James Hooper.
We'll keep you posted on Payne Haas, but how happy would this man be? Warren, it's his 50th NRL game tonight. He would have some family and friends here because he's a Redcliffe Dolphins local junior, and don't the big redheads love it when they score?
Well, some sort of effort, and here he is.
Another redhead's lined him up.
Flagler is on deck.
Oh, the redheads collide. Look out.
It's Tarpany. Tries to set things straight here for the Raiders. Flegler has been in terrific form, and now Josh Papali'i. We are stacked for stars tonight in these two forward packs. Carrigan amongst them. Tackle there with some help on Elliott. Comes back now to Young. He stopped here. Reynolds underneath him. It's an offload away. It's Tarpany's there. My goodness. How involved has he been? And look at him move down the left-hand side. Links up with Savage. He's got Fogarty back on the inside. Still going. Oh, they bombed it. He had to go well into Fogarty. He hung on to it, Xavier Savage, and in the end, ran them into a dead end. Yeah,
he did. He had to go to Fogarty early. He had to drag away the Broncos defenders and give Fogarty some spaces. We watched Tarpany just destroying them. The Broncos, boy, he's a handful. Tarpany, what great form he's in. And yeah, Martin did a tremendous job there. Didn't commit to Savage, just started backpedaling, but Tarpany roving out wide. It was a beautiful offload. Savage accelerated. He needed, I would have loved to have seen him chip. With the speed that he's got, he just hung onto the footy too long. Had he have put it on the boot, he's every chance of getting there with his speed.
And about the same blade of grass. Well, Billy Slater chipped over the top of Anthony Minicello as well, while we're talking about Origin.
Yeah, gee, wasn't that a moment?
Josh, get off the body!
Xavier Savage.
This is a ripping game, Warren.
12 apiece, 2 tries all, as the Broncos work it away from trouble here to bring it back through Jensen. Walker's there at dummy half. Here is Rabati. Bring it back towards the halfway line. A couple of plays remaining in their set. Flegler to come out the back for Reynolds. Now Martin stepping back on the inside of White. Ran into the back of his own man in Jordan Ricky, who was ahead of the ball. So wasted chance there to put on something. Reynolds goes to the air. More pressure here on Savage. Oh, he adjusted a number of times there. He went left, he went right. He came forward eventually and made a confidence-building catch.
Those eyes were like dinner plates, just watching that footy swirl around. Another strong run here from Hudson Young. The physicality between these two sides has been tremendous. Sebastian Chris now carrying hard. But the bench, they've just increased the intensity as Tarpany finally gets a well-deserved spell. Huge numbers, 116 metres already.
Offloads, try-savers, so impressive. In the first half an hour from Joseph Tarpany. Josh Papali'i playing just the 16 minutes, the beginning of Origin 1 on Wednesday night. Came back, a cameo role at the back end, playing just 5 minutes. It was unusual using Big Papa. As Martin brings it back here and gets carried back towards his own in-goal area. The urgent call of held from the referee eventually. They're back on their own line to begin. Here is Pereira. Runs towards Whitehead. Fogarty and also Papali'i involved in the tackle. man, Herbie Farnworth.
I don't know if there's a better kick chase player in the game than Jack White. You just saw his incredible strength there and being able to physically just lift up Martin and drag him back, but he's always there. It's Flegler now starting to make some inroads.
Good work by Walters. Flegler beats another tackle. Whitehead thinking about a one-on-one strip. He's one of the best in the business at it. Walters goes to Jensen. Brings it back here towards the halfway line. That was great work by Billy Walters to get them out of trouble there. From inside their own 20. This combination with Flegler. Now Reynolds once again. This time the pressure on Cotric. Martin was there. Right in his windscreen. Cotric does well. Gets it to go again. I thought for a moment he's going to try and pass it to Savage. He thought better of it. And they begin at their own 10. Schiller picked off there by Reynolds.
Starting to inspire his teammates. It's a cruel game sometimes. Young Savage, he knows Reynolds is smelling blood in the water. He's just launching these torpedo floating bombs.
Here is Savage using his speed to jump out of dummy half. Trying to get a legs tackle as well. Schiller goes across here to Ryan Sutton. And he threw that pass last week with that marvellous pickup by Savage against the Roosters. And now the kick for touch will find the line. Only a couple of metres out from the corner post, and we'll just give them not even a minuscule breather here, given there's no scrum these days. It'll be a play the ball for the Broncos inside their own 20.
Yeah, Jack White, and I think he's back to his the form that saw him have that tremendous season a number of years ago and win the Clive Churchill medal, win a Dally M medal. He is playing outstanding. His form Wednesday night superb, but boy, he's backing it up again here tonight for his club side, the Raiders.
So Corey Jensen going back to the bench for the moment. Good opening stint from him. 8 carries for 80 metres for the Broncos as Kobe Hetherington is on deck here for Kevin Walters. Carrigan for Ricky. Goes towards Papali'i and also Young. So Hudson Young there, thinking that Papali'i might have been a chance at a one-on-one strip. And so adept at it, the Raiders. Mam, Rabati keeps it going. Good hands. Martin beats Schiller. He's got support. Farnworth with speed. Schiller will drag him down, but he gets there, Herbie Farnworth. He did well to stay alive as the cover came, and great hands by the Broncos down this left-hand side again.
Yeah, they've come to attack the Raiders' right-hand side, and every opportunity they've had, they've done it well. And again, it's Adam Reynolds. Young halves at home. Just watch how effective he is here by playing straight. And what that does to Zach Wolford. Made the defensive line collapse. They had to come in. Schiller unable to get his hands on Martin. And then Farnworth, what a great job just getting the fend out. But his momentum gets him there. But it's all Reynolds and Mam combining. The 7 and 6, they've looked tremendous together. Martin at fullback, what an X factor he's proved. Yet to lose a game in a Brisbane jersey. Tamare Martin. And the form of Farnworth continues out on this left-hand side for Brisbane, but it's all Reynolds and Mam.
That was something to watch, as we were talking about at the beginning of the game again. Those classic confrontations between these two teams some 30 years ago now, and that sort of football was played regularly. The stars, including the coach of the Raiders himself and the man he opposes tonight in Kevin Walters.
Yeah, didn't they turn on some absolute classics through the 80s, 90s. And here tonight, these two sides have come with great confidence. The Raiders trailing, but they've been brilliant in patches tonight. They've been very good as Whitehead barking orders, demanding more of his side. The Broncos with limited attacking opportunities, particularly their last 2 tries, are almost against the run of play, but it's been the class of some individuals. And this man, Adam Reynolds, his kicking game and his service, tremendous.
Bending it just a fraction too much this time. It finds the left upright, stays at 16 points to 12. Remember, he had that little groin tweak not that long ago, and then a hamstring strain coming back off the back of the groin problem. Great finish, Farnworth. Both Savage and Schiller a chance to pull him up from close range, but he's got plenty of toe, the Englishman, and he was able to slide his way in for try number 3 for the Broncos.
That's twice now we've seen that identical play where Rabati's been able to get his arm free for Martin the first time they were able to shut it down, the Raiders. This time Schiller just unable to get a glove on Martin, who's been great at fullback.
Smile on the face there of Kurt Capewell, sitting behind Kevin Walters in the coach's box tonight, getting a breather himself off the back of his efforts in Origin 1. No doubt. Saying to Kevin, taught TC everything he knows about that offload and the tip on to keep it going down the
really
left-hand side. And Rabadi once again. Walters has been outstanding. Rabadi standing in the tackle himself. Will play it quickly enough. Walters has Carrigan at speed. Reynolds slinking up. He's going to go in behind Flegler and give away a penalty. They're so keen for the ball. Everybody's pushing up, but Flegler just jumped the gun.
Yeah, just an obstruction penalty there. Adam Reynolds just holding the footy.
No, not what it's
And Jack White looking to take the quick tab.
You're right.
Having a laugh out there in the middle. Always having good fun, Reynolds and Jack White. But again, the ball movement. Walters out of dummy half from Brisbane. Kobe Hetherington, the energy that he brings off Brisbane. Aren't they in a good space at the moment?
The pattern is Brisbane score, then Canberra scores. The Raiders a chance to keep that theme going here in this set of 6. A report from James Hooper in a moment. Burying Payne Haas and that shoulder problem. Hetherington underneath here makes a tackle on Sutton. Wolford going one way, comes back the other. Elliott. Papali'i pushing up in support. Oh, he almost popped it out the back straight into the arms of Flegler. Adam Elliott did well to hang on to it. Fogarty takes them on himself. A dummy almost had him just ghosting his way through the line in behind Jordan Ricky. 2 plays remaining in the set. Short side. Young fires it out the back. Cotric has to go back to clean it up. He can get going quickly.
Yeah.
Martin, a good bump on him. What an offload that was to Hudson Young. Spinning, staying alive. Wolford, great ball. Papali'i for Elliott. They're back in again. What a try by Canberra. An absolute green machine special.
Yeah, offloading everywhere and pushing up around the footy. Great ball movement from the green machine. Adam Reynolds, he's in discussions at the moment with the referee. Not happy with something, but down the short side, it's Young. An audacious flick out to Cotric, and just when he got levelled by Martin, bang, right shoulder, he still manages to swivel, get the ball to Young. He gets another offload here back to Wolford, moves the footy, and what worked there from Big Papali'i holding the ball up for Adam Elliott. Looked like there may have been some question marks on the pass from Papali'i, but I think the fact that Elliott reaches behind him to drag the ball in shows that the pass did enough to go behind, and the Raiders, as you said, it's gone try for try for try, and it's continued, and all of a sudden now with a minute and a half before the break, the Raiders get a chance to go in front.
Terrific work by Young, and then Wolford. Presence of mind to know exactly where it had to go. With the Broncos scrambling on their right-hand side, they had to be short back on the other side. A punch in the air from Ricky Stewart, and Adam Elliott locks things up at 16 apiece. This is an absolute beauty.
Yeah, certainly. I think both coaches will be extremely pleased with their sides at half-time. There's been a lot to like. There's just been some poor misreads defensively, and they're just small lapses that have cost their sides points. But overall, it's been an incredible first half, end-to-end, and brilliant ball movement, aggressive defence. It's being played at semi-final-like pace. It's been outstanding.
From beside the uprights, Fogarty puts Canberra in front. They have the lead for the first time in the game. The Raiders 18, the Broncos 16. Downstairs to you, James.
Buckle up, we have got an absolute cracker here on Super Saturday, Warren. It's like we've wound the clock back to the mid-1990s, this rivalry, but there is a developing story in relation to Payne Haas. Now, previously, he has had issues with his left AC shoulder. Tonight, he has hurt the AC joint in his right shoulder. They're going to see if it settles down at half-time. If it doesn't, then we will not see him again. That has massive ramifications also in terms of the State of Origin series.
Yes, it does, with Origin 2 not that far away, some 15 days away only in Perth, and New South Wales, of course, needing to win to keep the series alive. And Payne Haas, as we said, Mick, their best forward on Wednesday night. They can ill afford to lose him from their forward rotation.
Yeah, look at this again. Like Hetherington, they just haven't taken the foot off the gas, either side. Timokar now, he's really starting to find his feet at the top level. He's getting better and better every week.
One last crack at them from inside their own territory here with barely 10 seconds remaining in this opening half. Should only take a run. Try to get them on the front foot. Maybe a spread to the left-hand side here just to finish things off. Wyden right on cue. Goes to Young, who's been good. Reynolds takes him into touch. Just bulldogs him across the sideline. And at halftime, it's 3 tries apiece. The Raiders on top of the Broncos here at Suncorp on Saturday nights. Canberra 18. The Broncos 16.
It's been a cracking first half. All the stars shining. Whiten's been terrific. Tarpany outstanding. His opening stanza for the Raiders absolutely brilliant as they get in deep discussions here. The players leaving at half time. They are putting some pressure on the Roosters, who have just gone down to the Melbourne Storm.
It's been some sort of comeback in 2022 by the Canberra Raiders, having won 4 of their last 5. As you mentioned earlier in the first half, having dropped 5 games straight from rounds 4 through to round 8. As Carrigan plays it, the Broncos to work it away from the northern end here of Suncorp Stadium. And as they do play it here through Jordan Ricky, let's go downstairs immediately to James Hooper, who has some breaking news, James.
Big news out of the dressing rooms at halftime. Warren, Payne Haas is out of this game. He has done the AC joint in his right shoulder. He will not take part, so if Brisbane are going to mount a comeback, they're going to have to do it with 16 players.
Well, there's a real blow there. You
can see the left one with the Band-Aid on it, which means he's probably already getting injections into the left one. And now the right one's in trouble. Great catch from Cotric, and it's going to be a test here for the Canberra side. They've really struggled to find points in the second half this season, and the Broncos coming off the back of a bye last week, but 31 unanswered points in the second half against the Titans only a fortnight ago. They can pile points on in the second half.
Well, that news of Payne Haas, we might need some smelling salts for a couple of fellas by the names of Fittler and also Alexander.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they will be concerned.
Here is Papali'i, as we mentioned, Origin 2, 15 days away. Sunday fortnight in Perth. Here is Elliott's bouncing forward.
Great first half. Adam Elliott scored a try, but his numbers exceptional. Up over 90 metres carrying the footy now, and a number of tackle busts and offloads. He's been good, Elliott.
Now White to the line, gets away there from Carrigan, who played all of the first half off the back of 64 minutes in Origin 1 for Queensland in that victory. As Pereira will play it here, comes to Brinko Lee, the cousin of Ezra Mam. Proud moment for that family. Of course, Edric Lee, another of the cousins as well. They used to play plenty of backyard footy at times in the suburbs south of Brisbane.
It would have been a fair old game. Edric would have been out there too in the back line.
Edric, Brinko and Ezra Mam. Here is Walters. Mam pushing up in support. Walters doesn't see him. Runs towards the tackle of Savage and also Fogarty. 2 plays remaining from the 20. Reynolds keeps it going. Flegler will just punch it towards the uprights while Reynolds gets them sorted for the last. He headed back to the left-hand side, and that's where Walters goes. He shows it to Carrigan, comes out the back. Mam takes them on again, gives it to Farnworth. They score again, the Broncos. It is tit for tats. You score, we score, and the Broncos are back in front.
Yeah, the space around Jamal Fogarty and Timokar has been under assault all evening, and again it's Reynolds on the last play after a beautiful line break through the middle from Billy Walters. This was the offload. Carrigan proving a handful, and there he goes. Walters straight through the middle. Man was looming. And on the final play of the set, it's the combination of the classy Adam Reynolds deep into the line again. There's Mam. Fogarty collapsed him. Timokar just not attached. And the Kevolution continues. The Broncos flying here at Suncorp Stadium, back in front.
Oh, it's the Kevolution, all right. Little appeal there by Zach Wolford coming across here. Just got clipped ever so slightly, but in running, Grant Atkins was happy that it didn't affect the play and was comfortable in awarding the try immediately for Herbie Farnworth's second here this evening.
He's been good this season, hasn't he, Herbie Farnworth? I mean, Staggs has had some great moments that obviously capture the highlights reels, but the consistency and the damage that Farnworth's done out on that left-hand side has been exceptional. It has been exceptional.
World Cup coming up at the end of the year, of course, in the UK. Farnworth has to be right there in the squad somewhere for England as Reynolds kicks. He sneaks it inside the left hand upright. The Broncos back in front. Back down to you, James.
This new look Brisbane Broncos spine warren, that man on screen at the moment, Adam Reynolds, he's been the buy of the season. And what about this young gun alongside him, Ezra Mam? He's a mini Matt Bowen. He was one of his heroes growing up. You can see the way that he moves, that subtle offload there for Farnworth's try. The Broncos are looking at this new look halves combination of Reynolds and Mam. Could this be the future?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they are tormenting Timoko and Fogarty out on that right-hand side for Canberra. Every time they've been down there together, they have been a handful and found a way through.
Carrigan brings it back out here. Brisbane 22, Canberra 18. And this new look halves combination of Reynolds and Mam. Well, it's the future, it's the present also, and it is playing beautifully at the moment. And now Canberra jump the gun here. Up inside the 10, that's how the tries have gone. The pattern continues. It's like we're trying to connect four, Mick.
Yeah, Ricky Stewart will be really disappointed. They did extremely well through Adam Elliott to get back in front on the stroke of half-time, and it's been a horror start for them. He's really disappointed. You can see his face there. A cheap line break from Walters straight through the middle in the opening sets, and it was Ezra Mam that's just carved them to pieces out on that left-hand side for a try to Farnworth, and now a penalty. And already Brisbane down on the 20-metre line inside the Raiders half.
As Hetherington takes it to the middle there. Good stop underneath him by Ryan Sutton. Just on 5 gone in their second half. The Broncos looking for a second try since the resumption. Here's Farnworth again, looking for a hat-trick. Oh, Oates backs his way into the in goal, but surely put a foot on the touchline.
Yeah, that was a little adventurous. There wasn't much room. The Raiders got that one right. You'll see here just a lovely long pass out to Martin from Reynolds, and then just going sideways a little bit, Farnworth. And he put Oates in a pretty poor position. There wasn't a lot of space there. Schiller did well. Geez, he tippy-toed down that line, didn't he? Well, Corey Oates.
There might have been a touch just with the boot on the chalk, but he lost the ball at any rate, and the Raiders survived a few times in the game when the Broncos have gone down that edge. Completions have been good.
Yeah, I'd be injecting Tarpany back into the fray if I was Ricky Stewart and getting Tommy Starling out there. They just need a point of difference. They need a bit of strike through the middle.
Sutton will play it here just inside the 40. We'll wait and see how long it is before Ricky Stewart goes back to Joseph Tarpany. Wolford goes to dummy half. He'll find Fogarty coming out to meet him. Walters was there. End over end kick though. Should be an easy one for Oates to make a catch on. Doesn't disappoint. And he'll play it here just outside the 20. They're full of humour on the bench at the moment. Corey Hattaway back from a COVID enforced game off. He missed the clash against the Roosters last week, but he's back tonight. And fresh in his second half coming off the bench.
He gets through some great work, doesn't he, Corey Oates? Rock solid, like carrying the footy every week outside of his half. So too this man, Hetherington, off the bench. They're just rolling downfield at the moment, the Broncos. Paek's out there now for Brisbane. As Elliott out of the line on Carrigan.
Couldn't wrap him up, so Carrigan takes it inside the Raiders 40. And it's Paeks from dummy half. Comes back to Reynolds, looking for the spiral this time. An awkward one to handle. Cotric did well. He was down on a knee. Pereira and Lee come together.
Good defence.
Drive him into the Suncorp turf. That was a good catch by Cotric. He's had the full bag of tricks tonight. Adam Reynolds, he's had the floater, the spiral, a bit of everything. There's a defusing of the bomb from Cotric. Sebastian Chris. Great try-scoring form. 5 tries in his past 4 games. Good offload there from Elliott. Papali'i numbers here for Canberra. Schiller was in field and Oates followed him in and made the tackle on him. Starling jumps out of dummy half. Elliott runs towards Reynolds. Lee was there. And they'll take him to ground just back into Broncos territory. One more here. White puts it up. Right into Tamare Martin, who will make the catch, looking for support. Tackle. Hunton Young down there leading the chase team. And makes a good stop inside the Broncos 20. Pereira. Charging hard, but so was Sutton coming out of the line with Tom Starling. Now Farnworth. Skipping to the outside. Nothing doing though as he runs towards his countryman and Elliott Whitehead. And they will be teammates in the World Cup at the back end of 2022. Pakes finds Flegler. Plenty of room there. There was no line speed at all from Canberra, so he pours on the metres and gets a quick play the ball as well. Reynolds down the short side, chips over the top for himself. Got a shove for his trouble. Cotric, the bounce was a friendly one for the Canberra winger. No call from the referee, and Carrigan at last gets a breather.
He's been outstanding again, over 100 metres, 29 tackles. Carrigan in the opening 50 minutes of the game. He's been enormous, backing up after his performance on Wednesday night. As Elliott just busting tackles, hasn't he been good tonight?
Inspired since being given that number 13 job full-time for Ricky Stewart. Good carry there by Schiller. Quick play the ball as well. Starling a threat when that happens. He jumped out. Playing for Papali'i. Goes to Fogarty. The kick out towards the corner. Boy, that was a shot that might have come off his shin.
I think he's hit the ground. I think he's taken a divot. That was bizarre from Fogarty, just shaking his head there. And geez, after the momentum that they got through the middle of the field, wasn't that a let-off from Fogarty as Mam out of dummy half to Schoomy.
I saw him smiling on the bench a moment ago. Corey Harawira-Naida is on deck now, taking up a place on that right-hand side.
Ooh, he was thinking quick tap, wasn't he?
Field. Ezra, confident young kid who was going to tap it and go, and he might have been something to catch as well. They've given them some good meters.
They're killing themselves, the Raiders. Really good set, rolling upfield, and a poor kick from Fogarty. Now a penalty on the back of it. Discipline to start the second half is really letting Ricky Stewart's side down. Brisbane now with a full set inside the Raiders half. Harawira-Naida out of the line.
Up there on TC Rabati. They'll play it here for Pakes. Inside the 40, Canberra's end on the field. Garcia is out there now for the Broncos, getting a touch. Split the field in two and come to the right-hand side. Flegler runs to the edge of the 20. Fairly conservative from the Broncos to get themselves within attacking range. Long left-hand side here for Reynolds and Mam again. He bypasses Mam this time. Farnworth a juggle. That kills the play pretty much stone dead. And as a result, he's an easy target for Whitehead and company. They've used up 4. Mam at dummy half. Comes back here to Palacia. Hetherington off the right foot. Good tackle underneath, though, by Ryan Sutton in particular. Back to the left edge. Reynolds is there again, shows it, tries to beat Sutton, keeps it alive, fires it out the back off the shoulder of Corey Pakes. It comes back to Tom Starling, and the Raiders to work it away from inside their own 20.
Yeah, they've just got this right edge of the Raiders. They're just blasting them, Brisbane. They're just hitting them, coming away from them, then going back there. And as we see a knock on now, Savage, turnover, Hudson Young just wrist-holding Palacia. Brisbane now with all the possession down in the Raiders half.
It has been a tough night. 20-year-old Xavier Savage in the full-back role. Charles Nickel-Klugstar as Flegler plays it. Reynolds now out the back. Here is Martin. Good tackle there by Sebastian Chris. He hangs on to it. They play it 5 away. Reynolds at the line. Flat ball here for Palacia, who'll go close. Maybe half a metre short when he stopped there eventually by Tom Starling. Good effort. Now Reynolds Fogarty was up very quickly. Set restart is the call. It was knocked down by Canberra and came back to Reynolds. They have a full set here. Play on. Now it has to be a compulsory.
Yeah, they were well offside. Palissy was trying to play the footy, but they were spoiling the ruck. And by the time he actually got to play the footy, the Raiders' right-hand side was well and truly offside. And they get the penalty on the back of the error from Reynolds. He'll take the 2 here.
Came down heavily on that right shoulder. Maybe the ribs got it working out as well. Those defenders on top of him. Fogarty is there. So is Starling. Fogarty comes in again. Takes him to ground. That would have sucked the wind out of him.
Yeah. Gee, I've enjoyed this game tonight. Still 26.5 minutes remaining, but both sides really going at it. Come here in great form. Raiders have won 4 of their last 5. The Broncos 6 straight. Reynolds, he's struggling. And let's hope this is not a rib problem for him. Hopefully it's just the wind taken out of the sails. Kevy Walters, well, he's watching on very nervously.
It was heavy contact. Is Reynolds going to take the kick? No, he's going to say, I'm going to sit this one out while I try and catch my breath and hope this isn't a rib cartilage problem. Jordan looking a bit of advice saying just suck it up, Adam.
Yeah, a bit of concrete, mate, in the water bottle, and let's get on with it. Every time the Broncos have gone to that left-hand side where Reynolds has gone deep and found Mam out the back, they've really opened those spaces around Fogarty and Timocop. The last couple of times they've been down there, they've just changed their plan of attack and gone long passes. Now, the Raiders have handled that quite well. The message needs to go out from Walters. They need to get back to playing direct through this man and allow Mam to make the decision out the back as they've done throughout the first half and through the early parts of the second. Just gone away from their plan a little bit, Brisbane.
Reynolds is okay. That'll be relief to Kevin Walters. He watches on. No mistake from close range. It's a 6-point game.
Hold on. He just come reeling out of that goal kick in some discomfort. You can just see the trainer there's giving him some tablets. Watch this.
Very gingerly bending down there to pick up the tee like he's an 80-year-old trying to get out of bed on a cold winter's morning, James Hooper.
It is fresh down here, Warren. It's about 14 degrees at the moment, and you can just see he looks okay. As Michael Ennis pointed out, the trainer has given him a couple of tablets, but we all love our rugby league, and tomorrow on Fox League we have got you covered wall to wall for 9 hours. It's the only place you will see all 3 games live and ad break free. Your Sunday ticket kicks off West Tigers, the Sea Eagles, Campbelltown. Next up, Newcastle and Penrith. Then to cap it off, we've got the Warriors and the Sharks, and we finish off a huge day with a bit of fun as always, a bit of banter, Sunday night with Matty Johns. Tune in, all on Fox League tomorrow from 11:30 a.m.
There's a footy festival tomorrow on the Sunday ticket. 3 big games, Sunday night with Matty Johns as always, of course, and here is Flegler to work it away, and then an offload, here they go again. It's Palissy pouring down the field. In fact, TC Rabadi might have the ball stolen by Hadaway and Nida. He'll hang on to it. Good effort to do so. And now Flegler.
He's been terrific, Flegler, since coming on.
Comes back here to Palissy. That was okay. If it came off a Raider, it was back straight to Keenan Palissy. So play on is the call. And the tackle count continuing on. Pakes. He goes to Flegler again. What an impact he's had. Off the bench once more for the Broncos tonight. They've got one more play here. Big meters in this set. Reynolds puts the kick up, taken to ground by Papali'i. The kick is a big one. Schiller makes a catch on the full. It'll be 7 tackles from their own 20.
Yeah, Adam Reynolds is really uncomfortable. Look at the bottom of your screen there. It looks like now he's either clutching a shoulder as well. He's in some awful discomfort, the little number 7. Concerning signs for Brisbane. They can't afford to lose their marquee man. He's in real discomfort.
He's had lower back issues in the past. At the Rabbitohs and the Broncos. Here's Timocor, who's away. Runs towards Pereira and also Martin. Brinko Lee ends up on top of him, just outside the 20 as well. Starling Comes back
can
now,
challenge
or
ruck
knock
interference
on
of
in
rule
the
lost.
play the ball.
Checking two. Let's tackle two. The road lost. Scrum to the
The only way to
Broncos.
saying challenge it. Are they going to, though?
Challenge over.
Billy Walters about to come back on, and it looks like the change might be for Adam Reynolds.
Well, 24-18, he's been instrumental in those 24 points for the Broncos, Adam Reynolds. He doesn't want to loop the field, the tough little maestro. He doesn't want to go. He knows how important this victory is. Clinging on to 4th position, the Parramatta Eels to take on the Bulldogs. On Monday afternoon, errors now starting to creep up there. As you can see, 10 now for the Raiders. But he's certainly not right, Adam Reynolds, is he? At all.
He's a long way from it at the moment. He's going to continue on. And with Pates at dummy half, Walters was there poised on the sideline. If Reynolds was the man to be replaced, well, he just turned his back on the bench and said, no chance. His voice alone in behind these plays from their own end will be worth something for the Broncos. Pakes midway through the set. I think that Reynolds now shows it. Just a little bit there. First one in the back from Ryan Sutton. They're going to try and bump him and take him down every chance they get. He stays on the ground behind the play. He's really hurting now. That shot from Sutton didn't help him. I wouldn't have been surprised had there been a whistle there for the actions of Ryan Sutton. Now Lee back to the halfway line. He's really struggling now, Adam Reynolds. They come back to Martin. Alfie Langer out there. Trying to convince him to come off the field or convince him to stay on the field, Alfie. We'll wait and see what the initial idea is. He is going to come from the field. High up there, just below the right pec, is the problem for Reynolds by what we can see here.
Penalty now, yeah, as Adam Reynolds leaves the field for the Raiders. The penalty entrenched in the Broncos half now. And all the momentum with Canberra.
Quickly downstairs to James Hooper.
It's been a hive of activity down there on the Broncos bench, Warren. Alan Langer, the Broncos trainer, the Broncos doctor, everybody convening. It's a rib issue. It is a rib issue for Adam Reynolds. He's gone off straight up the tunnel.
Problem maybe now for Joseph Tarpany as well on that previous carry. Slumped back to his haunches having played the ball. He's back on his feet now. He's Whiten for Fogarty. Players in motion. Savage, one of them, gets away from Farnworth. Skips back to the middle. Starling now finds Horsburgh.
Oh, big left foot.
Jordan Ricky there ripping at the ball. Might be better served to try and make a tackle. The pass was backwards from Horsburgh. Play on. Starling off Whitehead. That one goes forward. Rabadi comes up with it and the Broncos survive.
Yeah, he saw the space there and just couldn't resist Tommy Starling. It was a pressure pass for Elliott Whitehead. Unable to hang on to it. And a pretty poor turnover as Hudson Young coming out of the line of Palestina trying to force an error. More concerned now is that Farnworth. Oh no, catastrophic here for Brisbane. They've lost Reynolds, Farnworth in trouble. Payne Haas already has left the field tonight.
Looks like a dislocation for Herbie Farnworth given what we saw just there. So Haas off the field, Reynolds off the field, Farnworth in all sorts of trouble. And now Hetherington into his right-hand side. It is all hands to for the Broncos. They lead by 6 with 19 remaining here tonight. Ed Walters playing now in the halves. Puts it high in the air. Some pressure on Cotric, who's been great tonight under those high balls. Makes another catch just outside his own 10, and that is a forlorn Herbie Farnworth walking around the long way back towards the Brisbane bench.
Yeah, and the Raiders just growing a leg here as the Brisbane bench just keeps getting decimated. Cotric now charging upfield on the back of the Whiten run. The Raiders really starting to come for Brisbane here.
Starling comes back to the middle. Here is Tarpany, who's recovered from his minor problem a moment ago. Savage, Adewuda-Nida, comes back to the middle for Horsburgh. And some metres and another offload from Horsburgh.
The offloads are killing them.
Tarpany now, ball out the back. Fogarty gets away from Ezra Mam, who can't hang on to him. So Flegler and Carrigan is also back on deck. And play it just outside the 20 for White. Kick it towards the corner. Chris is underneath it, makes a catch unopposed. They let him make the catch and then take him down a metre out from the Brisbane line.
He showed great patience there, Branko Lee, just allowing Sebastian Chris to catch the footies. We see a good shot there, Tarpany over the top of the tackle there on Branko. Underneath was Starling. Pereira now working hard and Brisbane up against it.
Here is Oates.
The reshuffle's enormous, isn't it? They've got players everywhere here, Brisbane. If you've just joined us, Payne Haas has left the field in the first half with an AC injury. He won't return. We've just seen Herbie Farnworth with what looks to be a dislocated shoulder. He is out, he's gone. And Adam Reynolds has left the field.
Walters from inside the 40. That's a friendly bounce for Savage and the Raiders. Hops and skips. Runs away from Walters. There's so much speed. Savage is away. Gets away from Corey Pakes. He takes on Martin, who comes to him and stops him 20 out from the Broncos line. The high school track star puts them on the attack. It's Horsburgh. Just outside the 10.
They are gassed, Brisbane. They're in big trouble here, trying to hold on.
Starling looking for options. And it's Fogarty who says it's my ball on this right edge. Underneath for Hadawita Nida, standing. Goes back to Starling. Tarpany keeps it alive again. Starling, Whiten, Rubbers, a chance. Chris Pereira will take it out of play. Brisbane continue to hang on.
Oh, he had to run the footy there, Jack. And if he had gone, if we went with the kick, but he just needed to kick a little bit straighter. This was the return from Savage, just dancing and weaving, got around Walters. And what about the turn of speed? Just accelerated, blistering pass. All the Broncos defenders, Martin did well. And then that left-hand side raid, it was White, and he had them stripped for numbers, and the kick, it just needed to be a little straighter for Sebastian Chris. And they maintained pressure.
That was great defence by Tomato Martin to come up with that tackle on Xavier Savage and save the day for the Broncos for the moment. As Tarpany plays it here, Starling goes to Horsburgh. 15 remaining. The Raiders down by a converted try. They'll play it again. Starling gets to dummy half. Fogarty shows it to Whiten, takes them on himself. Flegler and Carrington both there. Carrigan rather. Comes to Horsburgh. Now Whiten pouring onto it. Can he get it to ground, though? I don't know that he did.
Gee, how didn't he get that footy down? That's a great scramble from the Broncos defenders. They are absolutely shot, the Broncos middle forwards. The Raiders offloads just coming with ease. And this time Whiten, well, he looks certain to score. The big right-hand fend was out. And it's Jordan Ricky who got underneath, and Kobe Hetherington just coming in. Look at Hetherington there.
Jack Whiten maintains possession. We just lose sight of the ball.
Well, the fact he can see his eyes, it looks like he knows that he hasn't got the footy down. He's still trying to fight to get it to the ground.
Yeah, nothing we've seen so far suggests that he gets the ball on the turf, and you can see there.
The work from the inside from Kobe Hetherington just resembles where Brisbane are at the moment. Great desperation, great competitiveness.
Ball remains up.
Walters coming in, Pakes there. The ball remains up, but the Raiders pressing Warren. Brisbane holding on for dear life.
Tackles up their sleeve here. We get the no try confirmation from the bunker. No surprise there. So 4 gone in this set from close range. Tarpany, Hadawita puts it down. Couple of chances inside the 20 in the last 5 minutes. They've coughed it up on both occasions.
Yeah, well, the interchange of pass from the Raiders has been excellent tonight. And that time, Tarpany, it's an area of his game that's developed. Look at the bench here at Brisbane. They are getting very thin. Reynolds gone, Haas gone. Farnworth in the sheds. He's getting his shoulder checked.
Any
some
news
real concern
on Adam Reynolds, James Hooper?
Yeah, they are down to 14 players now, the Brisbane Broncos. You can see Adam Reynolds on the bench there. He has a rib issue. Be very surprised if we see him again this evening. Herbie Farnworth is a bicep, so they're looking at that. He's also unlikely to return. And, of course, Payne Haas earlier in the night, AC issue, the right shoulder.
Look There's some sort of effort for the Broncos to hang on here tonight. Already missing Katoni Staggs and Selwyn Cobbo off the back of
Kurt
Wednesday's opening Origin game, and of course in the forward pack, Kurt Capewell. And down to 14 for the remainder of this one as Pakes from dummy half.
Well, those two men that we've just watched carry the footy, Carrigan and Flegler, have been sensational tonight. Flegler off the bench, he's over 130 metres, and Carrigan on the back of his performance from Wednesday night, 128 metres and 32 tackles. It has been incredible from the lock forward.
And the only fresh reserve at the moment the Broncos have is Glenn Palacia, who is back on the bench as we speak. Or is that Palacia back on deck now?
He's
they work it away. Schiller, there is both Palacia and Rabati on that left-hand side. So more changes for the Brisbane Broncos as Tim McCaw takes it forward here and plays it just outside the 40. It's Starling from dummy half. He sees some daylight and goes straight between the A defenders. He goes inside the Broncos 40s. Fogarty comes to Tarpany. What a game he's had. He's the biggest halfback in the world at the moment. So is Corey Horsburgh. Looking for an offload once again there. One more play here from the 20. Chris go to White. Kicks it across the field. Some pressure here on Corey Oates. They're flying. Whitehead was there. Good catch again. It's been quite the battle between the back three of both teams tonight. Cotric has been great under the high ball, and so has Corey Oates for Brisbane.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some great seasons from Corey Oates, but have we seen better? The veteran is in great form. He's been tremendous under the high balls. We see another spectacular catch from the big man. He's been great for Brisbane this year, and he's been great tonight.
Now Walters comes out wide here to Jordan Ricky.
He's flat-footed, and Chris and White and Young just swarm.
Wasn't expecting the pass to come to him. Did well not to knock it on as Carrigan with his hand up once again.
He'll sleep well tonight, Carrigan, won't he?
64 straight minutes he played on Wednesday night, having come onto the field for Josh Papali'i, who he's up against tonight. His Queensland teammates. 3 days later, here they are going head-to-head. Savage.
Yep.
Looks around for a moment there. I thought he might have hurt something as he popped up for that ball, and he gets up, stays there for the moment. Perhaps might have been a touch of cramp. He looked to be in some discomfort.
Yeah, 210 metres. He's been busy tonight, Savage.
They need him here at the back end of the game. Trailing by 6. Could play the ball by Hannaway and Nida. Starling's been good jumping in the dummy half at the back of these quick play the balls. Going still a long way before he runs to Carrigan and also Palacia. Fogarty from dummy half. Second last play in the set. It's Horsburgh to work it forward. Just backing it down towards the 20. And one more with Starling. Finding Fogarty. Kick towards the far corner this time. Coming forward. Pereira won't get to it. Wyden does though. Gives it off to Tarpany. Wants to keep it alive. Still the last. Standing. Passes out the back. That was amazing. It comes back to Fogarty. He could be playing for the Golden State Warriors.
How good was that, Tarpany? Yeah, look, the Raiders are just pressing. They're falling apart through the middle. Brisbane fatigue has set in enormously, and the Raiders are just making inroads. You're right, the play the ball speed, Starling out of dummy half, the offloads. But the Raiders halves have got to step up. They've got to capitalise on this momentum. At the moment, it's the forwards doing the damage. Whiten's got to get his hands on the ball. Fogarty's got to get his hands on the ball and start and move it out there to Timokal. Get him some footy one-on-one. Get Sebastian Chris some footy one-on-one.
If you were scoring this like a boxing match, the Raiders have won plenty of rounds recently, 10-9. They're right on top.
Yeah.
They trail by 6 on the only scoreboard that matters as Pakes finds Walters. And play 5, they come out here to this right-hand side where Ricky will get a legs tackle here. Quick play the ball at the back end of the set as Lee feeds it back for Walters, who's been composed, taking over from Reynolds in the captaincy role as far as the playmaking is concerned. They're just outside the 10 now. Schiller has a calf problem as well. He's got the wobbly boots on.
Oh, it's cruel, isn't it? I don't know why I find it highly amusing when blokes break into cramp and they can't stand properly.
James Schiller slumps back to the turf here at Brisbane. It's been a fast pace, and Starling is loving it. Running to Walters here once again. Pops the ball out the back. Pressure on the Raiders. Did they knock it on?
Double knock on. I've got your hands on it first.
Knock on against the Raiders first. And they will challenge.
Yeah, I thought it came forward off Starling.
No, got a captain's challenge from Canberra.
Boy, has he been out of dummy half.
On Canberra first and then Brisbane.
Almost every set he's just flying out of the blocks with his speed.
There's first one's a pass by Tom Starling.
Yes, but does it go forward?
Yeah.
That's the question. I need to see this one at normal speed to give you a better impression as to what was happening.
On the ball first.
Well, they've gone past the pass. Well, first one.
Joseph Tarpanay knocks the ball on the ground first prior to the Broncos dive again.
And again, it's Kobe Hetherington. I know I've spoken about him a number of times, but if he's not there launching his body with no respect, then Tarpanay gets a clean chance to pick that up. The effort from Hetherington tonight has been remarkable. He just does all those. He just does all those little things as we see Brisbane get the loose head and feed. Ricky Stewart watching on closely, but Hetherington's effort stuff tonight has been outstanding.
Kevin Walters at the moment riding with just Corey Jensen, his lone available player on the bench, and we still have 8.5 minutes remaining. It's going to be a long 8.5 given the body language of the Brisbane coach.
Yeah, he's in deep discussions with his assistant coaches. They're just looking how they juggle this next 8.5 minutes. And it's where his son really needs to step up. They need Pakes out of dummy half, and Mam needs to earn his keep too now. Just get some repeat sets and try and starve these Brisbane forwards that are rampaging of the footy.
Punch it in to begin with as Carrigan shows it at the line. Jack Whiten, as he did for New South Wales, coming up very quickly, and Starling another big play. A one-on-one strip.
Big play.
As Young feeds it back through the middle here for Canberra, who will come again at them. That was Munster-like, that strip by Starling.
Yeah, an important one too. I think Brisbane were about to camp themselves down on the Raiders' line now. Horsburgh, what a game he's had. The big fella, so much room to move.
It's 160 metres running. Now for Corey Horsburgh in two separate stints. Whiten down the short side. Sebastian Chris has been well contained so far in the game by Brinko Lee on this near side of the field in the second half. Whiten goes to Tarpanay. Dancing there around the 30. Still can't get him to ground. What a remarkable game again this has been. They can't stop him. He's just outside the 20. Starling, he finds Fogarty, chips it over the top. Some pressure here on Oates. Oh, Martin was almost a mix-up there between Martin and Oates. They got it, diffused it eventually.
Yeah, that was close. Great weight on the kick there from Fogarty down that short right side. Just chipped it over the top. A man sat up perfectly, and Oates went to grab it. Martin said, mine. They both reached for the ball, and lucky for Brisbane, it goes out over the sideline in goal. And another full set now for Canberra. They're doing well here. It's brave from Brisbane. It's brave stuff. Holding on.
Brisbane without Payne Haas, Adam Reynolds, and Herbie Farnworth from their starting 13. Down to just Corey Jensen on the bench. Haas a shoulder problem, Reynolds ribs, and a bicep, as James Hooper told us, for Herbie Farnworth. It's Horsburgh taking it forward. Tarpanay and Horsburgh all night long. Off the back of each other, working it back inside the 20 at Brisbane's end. It's Fogarty at the line. Mam coming out, can't stop Whiten, does a full 360. Skips to the outside here. Big fend on Flagler, still going. He beat Walters, and Young was there. Just couldn't get it to him in time. Young from dummy half. Floating to the right-hand side. Nothing doing. Tries to beat Pakes. Jensen is back out there now at the death. And he lost it there, Hudson Young. He lost the ball not seen by the officials.
That's a big one they've missed.
Play on, Starling. He goes to Fogarty. Savage, his pass goes off the hand of Timmercourt, and it was forward this time.
Touch of Matt's hand.
Yeah, well, they got lucky there because there was no doubt it looked to be a knock-on from Hudson Young. Hard to see whether there was hands involved, but the ball certainly came free. And on the next play, I beg your pardon, they go out to that right-hand side. Starling out of dummy half, finds Fogarty. He goes out the back to Savage. And it just touches the hand, hard to see there, of Timmercourt as he reached for the footy, and it just propelled towards... This is the one here with Hudson Young. Yeah, I think it's a strip. I think it's a strip from Jensen.
Not called as such. It was play on. The tackle count continuing on there. Got away with one. Good footwork from Brinko Lee. Off the back of the scrum win, we go downstairs to James Hooper.
It's official, Warren. Those 3 Brisbane Broncos players have been ruled out for the remainder of the evening. Adam Reynolds is ribs, the halfback and captain. Payne Haas, it's an AC joint. This time his right shoulder. And Herbie Farnworth is gone with a bicep injury for the night.
The clock ticks down to 4 minutes. Here's Mam down the left-hand side. His combination with Rabadi in particular has been tremendous. Palacia this time playing it just outside the 40. Horsburgh is off getting some extra fitness work in. Up very quickly, off the line. Jensen playing it. Now Walters on the last will kick again towards Nick Cotric. Coming through, Pereira is there. They allow Cotric to make the catch.
He's been good, hasn't he, Cotric? He's been the target of a number of high kicks. Walters proving very important tonight. He was tremendous out of dummy half in the opening 40 minutes, and going in at halfback, he's been very sound, very mature and controlling. Carrigan's work just continues. It has been impressive from Carrigan.
Whiten trying to shift it on. It came off the legs of a Bronco, but not played at. The tackle count continues on here. Timmercourt back towards the middle. Will play it just short of the Canberra 40. 2 plays left in the set. Tarpany at the line again. Tackle underneath by Corey Pakes. Starling now. He finds Fogarty. Looking for a result. Looking for the floater. Didn't strike it as he would like. Schiller runs onto it, takes it on the full. Comes out the back here to Fogarty, and that will be the changeover.
How about that for a take? Schiller at full speed. A spiral bomb from Fogarty, and he was just reaching. Caught it in his fingertips. Superb take from Schiller. Ricky Stewart starting to get a little nervous. 2.5 minutes. He knows his side's on top. They've just got to land the knockout punch. They're looking for the killer blow. They can't find it. Brisbane bravely soldiering on. Oates now up towards halfway. How good has he been tonight?
Brisbane looking for a 7-game winning streak. And they are so close now. 2 minutes out from full time, leading by 6. The Canberra Raiders scoreless in this second half.
It's been a concern for them, hasn't it? Trying to find points in the second half this year.
As Mam looks to his right-hand side. Walters was there. He'll just work it forward. Are they thinking about a 1-pointer potentially? Walters on his right-hand side. Going to punch it towards the corner. Comes back to the middle. Martin rubbers. Not a bad one. Savage cleans it up. Dances away from one. Can't beat Billy Walters. And they've got 90 seconds remaining and 90 metres to go. Here's Young. He'll work it back towards the 20.
This has been a great battle, and it's starting to spill over a little bit. Hudson Young doesn't mind a set to. Jordan Ricky loves it.
All he's doing is using up some time on the clock. The referee blows time off now. Hudson Young reacting in the tackle. They've got the ball. They need to keep it going. And instead, he slows things down here, gives the Broncos a chance to regroup defensively. Watch it again here. Over the top was Jordan Ricky. Young got back to his feet, not before he grabbed Ricky and dragged him to the turf. Ricky resented that, so did Carrigan. Jack Whiten was in there. And it's play on now. They're still yapping at each other, these two. They coaches' minds need to be on what they're going to produce here to get themselves out of trouble and send this to Golden Point. Whistle blows again. Midway through the set, here is Horsburgh, and Grant Atkins says, no, we're going to bring it back. This is disastrous from Canberra.
Yeah, it's got to be a head knock here. Yeah, Ezra Mam it is. Having to leave the field. So, all right, now they're without Reynolds, Ezra Mam. So their two starting halves have gone. They've lost Haas. They've lost Farnworth. Have they got anyone left?
Not now. Coming back on, Kobe Hetherington. It's 13 for the last 65 seconds. Nobody available on the bench for Brisbane.
This is one of the most bravest performances.
Oh, Corey Horsburgh puts it down after being so good all night. A simple error, working it away from their own 20, and that will just about do it for Brisbane here. I was about to say, of course, if it goes to Golden Point, you get the 2 extra replacements. The Broncos would still have nobody available.
Asking Hoops if he wants a run.
He always carries the boots with him just in case. Flegler takes it inside the 10. 35 seconds remaining as Pakes from dummy half. What a performance from the Broncos. With 3 Origin stars missing and all the injuries in this game to key players as well. But they scored the points in this second half to come from 18-16 down to lead 24-18. 2 more plays in their set. Corey Pakes looking to seal the deal. They'll hold him up.
Time off. Tackle 5. Oh, Tom, Adam.
Here we go again. It's flaring up once again. Elliot Whitehead. I'm not sure what Elliot was up to. The whistle had blown long before he pinched the ball.
Corey Pakes. It's tackle 5. You got one.
A bit of frustration from the Raiders at the back end of the game. And with 1 play left.
I beg your pardon, he did not. Corey, your ball held up. Last tackle. Give him the ball. Go back on the 10.
Or just blow the whistle and call it off.
Yeah, just...
Stay here.
Well, the crowd on their feet at Suncorp Stadium appreciating the effort. And what an effort it has been. Walters will take the tackle there, and Brisbane win again. It's all they can do. They've made it 7 on the trot. Smiles all round up in the coach's box and on the field as well. Jordan Pereira, in his first game as a Brisbane Bronco, he joins the winners list as well at full-time. Brisbane 24, Canberra 18.